Yeah, you almost missed that exit, didn't you? Having a sample set of one is not going to answer that question. It's going way too slow. All right, car's being really weird about stops today. The jogger didn't even look at us. He was that unfazed by what the car was doing. All right, good morning, folks. I'm back at it again for another route. This is I used to call it Allegan route. I think I'll continue to call it that, but I'm going to work it backwards this time because I think it'll be just slightly more efficient. We should end up driving about 130 miles today. I am going from here in Grand Rapids, you cannot see that, to Hudsonville, to Allegan, to Muskegon, and then back home. So Grand Rapids, Hudsonville, Allegan, Muskegon, home. Should be about 130 miles. I left at 80%. I'm sitting at 79. First facility is 18 minutes, 10 miles away, and I should get there at 76%. It is 64 degrees. It's supposed to rain, but way later tonight, so that shouldn't affect us now. It is supposed to get up to about 74. Decent day. Decent day. I changed the angle on the camera just a smidge. Hopefully you can see my feet a little bit better. So I'm going to push this button and hope it goes that direction. And it's not. It'd be easier to get out if it went the other direction. But I'm going to let the car do what the car's going to do just because. I hope you guys enjoy the ride. We need to immediately turn left at this light. So we've got to go all the way across. And that's exactly what the car does. Beautiful. Well done. Yeah, you almost missed that exit, didn't you? Now, why did you want to be over here? You got over two, I guess, because you're on a highway? Are you being nice and not driving in the passing lane, even though this isn't technically that kind of a highway? I drove to and from Wisconsin Dells. I took a long weekend from work. And I spent most of that time pressing the blinker button to get the car out of the passing lane. And eventually, and this might just be me being crazy, the car just started doing it on its own. And I know that the Tesla team says that there's no in-car learning, but I swear the car was doing the getting out of the passing lane way more often in hurry mode than it ever did before. It was kind of acting like standard, but driving fast. It was exactly the way I wanted the car to act. But my question is, do I have to continue to do that? Or is that why the car's doing what it's doing now? Having a sample set of one is not going to answer that question. Turned into the correct driveway this time, though you wouldn't know it by those arrows that were painted on the ground. We can park there. Oh, hello then. Oh, be nice though. Come on, get in there right. You always want to hug that line when you self-park. Oh, I thought so. Now what are you doing? It's never acted like this before. I mean, there's no one around, so I don't mind it doing it. Okay, it gave up. I'm gonna go park over there. They just repainted these parking. They just repainted this parking lot, so maybe that's what helped the car a little bit. I don't really know. Man, it'd been really cool if the car just backed into that spot and stayed there. Whatever, nice try. That drive was very uneventful, as it should be. Next place is 40 minutes, 26 miles. I should get there at 69%. So I'm going to knock this place out. I'll be back in just a sec. Well, I'm glad that was a short stop because I left the camera running the entire time I was in there. Battery's half dead. So what I can do is go to the car and charging, and then all the way at the bottom, there's keep accessory power on. So the next stop, the camera will get recharged because it's plugged in. Yeesh, what a rookie mistake. It's like my first time recording a video. Anyway, I'm still sitting at 76%. Next facility is now 39 minutes away and 26 miles. I'll get there at 68%. Let's do this. It is correctly navigating through here since that is technically the entrance, and it should go all the way around. Go out the way it came in. No need to stop here. All right. Come on, bud. There's nobody coming. Object and path, huh? I'll give it a little encouragement. All right. Took that exit very carefully. I like to see that. I don't know what the object and path it saw was. All right. It's going way too slow. I'm assuming it's because of that person on the bike. But that person on the bike was waiting for us. And I pushed us through. And even when I did, the car kind of fought me because when I eased off the accelerator, the car slowed down. So I had to push on it again. So it was really cautious around that bike rider. So here we are sitting here thinking that it's 35 when it's actually 55. I'm going to set the max to 66 as it should be and step on the accelerator. So one pedal press, one wheel touch. And I was off in La La Land and not paying attention to the speed. So that's on me. All right, car's being really weird about stops today. Thankfully, it's going the correct speed on its own. But it still thinks it's 35 here. I like it when there's a semi turning because that increases the stopping time for this car, which means that it can stop its full stop and not really annoy people around us. So now the speed is reduced to 35. I wasn't paying attention to the car's speed because it was going so well. The question is, will it change the max speed or will it stay at the 66 that I set before? Because it thought it was 35 the entire way through there. So I'm going to check I'm going to have to touch the wheel to check, but I'm not going to count it. So if I roll the scroll wheel down one, it is at 66. There's the sign. And I don't think it changed. No, it's still at 66. So that's the problem. That's why Tesla needs to fix the speed zones. Because if something's wrong and I have to increase the max, it's going to stay up there until it gets to, I don't know, a 25 mile an hour speed zone, or a 45 or a 40 or something different than the 35 that it thought it was. If this Jeep wasn't in front of me, I'd be flying through here at 60, 66. So 45, caught it. And I'm just going to check. It did set its max to 54 as it should have. That's good. But if that speed had changed to 35 instead of 45, it would not have caught that. It would have left its max at 66 as I set it. 35 plus 7 is 42. If I scroll the wheel down, it's got its max set to 48. I don't understand that. Like, this should be a calculation. 35 times 1.2 should be what the max is. Down to 25, and it sets its max to 36, which forced it to slow down, great. But the max at 25 should be 30, not 36. Person jogging across the road. Car did not react crazily. Slowed down just like it was. It didn't slam on the brakes. Didn't get too close to the jogger. I thought it handled that very, very well. The jogger didn't even look at us. He was that unfazed by what the car was doing. Now it's got it right. Speed limit's 25, the max is 30. It's doing 30. I don't know if Tesla purposefully wrote it to where the car would speed when going from a higher speed zone to a lower, just so you feel more comfortable, like you don't feel like the car is slowing down, because velocitation is a thing. When you get off of the highway and you turn onto a 25 mile an hour road, you feel like you are not moving. So maybe that's Tesla's way of combating that. I do not know, but I wish that wasn't the case. All right, we're here. It's preconditioning for the supercharger. That's hilarious. Which is 2 hours away again. I don't know why it's doing that. I love to see stuff like that. That trip, other than the speed limit problems, was very uneventful. I got here at 68%, as predicted. Next place is 1 hour and 11 minutes, 55 miles away, and I'll get there at 54%. Camera's sitting probably around 50% battery. I'm going to leave the accessory power on, so the camera should charge back up while I'm in there. And I'll tell you where I'm at when I get back. Anyway, I'm going to knock this place out. I'll be back in just a sec. All right, I'm all done in there. I lost 1% because I was checking emails before I went in, and before I came back out to the car, I cooled the car down. So there's that. So I'm sitting at 67%. Next place, hour and 10 minutes, 55 miles away. I should get there at 53% now. The car is still preconditioning, which is a little bit weird to me. Usually when it does the 2 hours before I get to the supercharger precondition and I go into a facility, when I come back out, it's not preconditioning anymore. I don't know what's up with that. I'm not really concerned about it because I'm supposed to get there at 40 something, 41%. So there's no reason for me to worry about it. It's just kind of weird. That's all. Anyway, I'm up to the next place. And it made it out. Did it the long way, but it did it. Um, I hungry, so I go eat. I'll be back. Now what? We were going the other direction. Yeah, you messed up. Uh, I'll let it. I'll let it do this. If I were the car, I'd try to turn left and then turn around and then turn right. Are you going to back up? No, because you messed up. So turn this off and turn it back on. It wants to go forward. How about I... Nope. I put it in park. Then start. I got it. It needs to be more graceful about when it messes up. You gotta go now. Yeah, that was a lot of stuff. So I think I'll count that as 2 interventions. One because I had to turn off FSD and turn it back on. So that's one. And then I had to step on the accelerator when the car pulled out, doing an unprotected left. It didn't do it in the safest way possible. So for those keeping score, that puts me at 4 interventions today. Yeah. Now that the camera's charged up, I can turn that option back off. This car's driving in the fast lane at its max of 66. Somebody was tailgating me and they would not go around for some reason. Speed limit here is 55. So I pressed the button. So that makes it the 5th intervention for today. Stopping me here. Yep. So I'll go park. Perfect. All right, got here at 50% instead of, I think it said 51. Memory's not so good today. It's not preconditioning at the moment, but it probably will when we start driving again. Going to the next place is 35 minutes, 34 miles, and it says I'll get there at 38%. Let's see. I've been using 210 watt hours per mile all this trip, so it's not too bad of a day. So far, I've driven 95 miles, so I'm doing okay. So far, I've had 5 interventions, I believe. Anyway, I'm going to knock this place out. I'll be back in just a sec. I ended up with a lot of stuff, so I'm going to stop at the UPS store now instead of later. So let's go there. It's going to take me 7 minutes, 2.5 miles. And I am sitting at 49% instead of the 50 that I was when I got here. Again, I cooled down my car before I got in it. So that's what ate up some of the battery. I also was sitting in the car looking at emails before I went inside. Surprise, surprise. So as you can see, my watt hours per mile jumped up to 214 instead of 210. And that's because I was just sitting there letting the car do things when I wasn't actually going. So it was burning electricity without going anywhere. It's like sitting in your gas car with the engine running, but not going anywhere. You're still burning gas. Girl, I don't care if they're real or silicone. I just want to play with your kaboobies all night long. The bigger, the better. That's my motto. Well done, car. The car noticed that the 2 cars coming at us were slowing down and stopping for the red light before I even registered that their light was turning red. So this car was going before I figured out that it was actually safe for it to go. But that's because the car is always paying attention, and I'm not necessarily always doing that myself. At least not in all the ways that the car does it. I'm obsessed with your chest, just like some perfect fantasy. The only way that I'll get better is if I can play. Yeah, that's a good spot. Except it got scared. I do want to park here. I'm not gonna let the car finish because this is where I would like to park. Only in this row. So we're done. Car got me here. I took over again. The car was gonna kind of mess me up. I'm here at 48%. Home is 36 minutes, 35 miles away. And I'll get there at 35%. Hopefully it won't rain the entire way, but we'll see. All right, I'm going to take care of this. I'll be back in just a sec. All right, let's end this day. Home by 4:30, not too shabby. There is a car coming. Very, very slowly. There you go. Don't be scared. You're all right. Well done. I'm doing this so the car gets out of the way of the car that's behind us. Actually, there's 4 cars behind us. I don't know that they'll all pass me. Oh, the one that was directly behind us got behind us again, so there goes that. Unneeded intervention. But that does bring our total to 6 today. All right, we drove 132 miles today. Used 225 watt hours per mile. That's 4.5 miles per kilowatt hour. That is not too shabby. We started at what, 72, and we ended at 69. It's supposed to get nice and cool tonight. I'm kind of looking forward to that. Today's drive was pretty okay. It was the okayest. It was the okayest drive I've ever had. I mean, it was meh, it was the way it should be. I intervened 6 times with the car. Nothing super crazy, except for one where I had to mash the accelerator to get out of the way. It is what it is. This last drive was 34 minutes. We're looking at 34 and a half, 35 miles. So that was pretty good. Used 260 watt hours per mile that last leg, which is just under 4 miles per kilowatt hour. So not too bad. Not too bad there either. If you liked it, like it. If you didn't, there's that other button. If you think somebody else would like it, share it with them. If you really liked it, hit the subscribe button. See more. If you have any questions, thoughts, comments, or concerns, leave them down below, and I'll get to you as soon as I can. As always, thank you for watching. Deuces. I renamed my car again because my car is blue, and I just watched The Matrix again. I renamed the car to Nebuchadnezzar because in the real world, everything is tinted. I don't have to tell the real fans.